is beyond just a book. It's a roadmap to the right mindset. Welcome back to Real Estate Supermoms. You know, today kids, they all into social media, games, sports, and fun activities. So how do we get them to invest in their futures? How do we get them to become financially literate or have an entrepreneur mindset? In this video, we are going to talk about just that. My name is HAVAN Lee. I'm a real estate investor in Houston, Texas area. This channel helps purpose-driven moms to become real estate supermoms by investing in real estate. Let's do it! Talk to your kid about money and financials. Some parents may think, that it's just not for me. Too touchy, too complicated. It's like talking to the kids about the birds and the bees. But actually, the sooner they get introduced to the topic, the more aware they will become. And that helps to lay a very good foundation and guide them to make the right decision down the line. You can start with something small, something that you do every day. When our son was 4 years old, we went grocery shopping together. So at the checkout line, I was explaining to him what we were doing and how people were able to leave the store with items in their hands without getting in trouble. And I was using a credit card, so he was like, okay. But then he asked, how do people get money, mommy? So I explained to him, people have to trade in their time and effort in return for money. So as of now, I'm writing this episode. He is 10 years old. Then I asked him, hey son, what do you think about money? Then he said, it's good. If you really want to buy something because you need it, then buy it. But don't buy it if you don't really need it because you are wasting your time. If what I shared with you earlier still sounds a little bit uncomfortable, the good news is you don't have to do this alone. Other than myself and this channel, there are many other resources that you can turn to for help. Example, like read with them. One of the classic books of all time that teach about personal finance is The Richest Man in Babylon. It was written in 1926 by a man named George S. Clason. And it was a story about the ancient Babylonians traced back 8,000 years ago, but yet it was still simple to read and the lessons are timeless. This is our daughter takeaways when she was 9 years old. Now, the kid knows that you need to make more money than you can spend or spend less than you can make. Some other great books are Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, where kids will learn access and liability. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill is beyond just a book. It's a roadmap to the right mindset. Kids will learn what they can offer for the amount of money they desire and plan it and implement it. And lastly, a great book called Who Needs the Bank, written by our good friend Bob Zachmeier. It's a little bit more technical, more real estate related, but in that book, Bob shared the best kept secret from bankers in the Middle Age and how to compound your investments over time. And really, if you don't have time to read with your kid, how about get an audio version on Audible? I will add a link in the description below to save you time. Try listening to podcasts on the way to school with them, or make it even funner with a cash flow game. Whatever it is that you're deciding to do, make it fun for you, fun for them, and you will see how much they grow over the course of doing this together. We all know the best way to learn something is dive in. And the advantage of being a real estate investor is you get to pick who's your partner, who's your lender, and who you want to be in on a deal. So allow your kid to get in a deal with you. So a while back when we bought a duplex, my husband and I presented to our kids and we gave them two options. Option number 1, they can invest $500, $50 each, and they will get a guarantee of $50. No matter what happened, whether we make a huge profit or we lose tons of money, they are guaranteed to, at the end of the day, get $600, which is $50 more for each kid. Option number 2 is structure of like a higher risk, higher reward kind of structure. So with that being said, if we make a lot of money when we sold the property, their profits also go up with it. And if we really make some bad choices and make a horrible investment, then they're also going to lose money respectively to the percentage. So for example, if the total investment on the property is $125,000, and by the time we sold the property, we make $30,000. With the investment of $550 each, they will each get to profit $132 out of that investment. But let's just say if we do lose money, they also lose the respective percentage amount. Our kid was like 8 and 10-year-olds at that time. They got quiet. They walk away for a few minutes, and we just, kind of stand there and looking at ourselves. And then they came back with a piece of paper and they're like, Mom and Dad, here's the contract. And we looked at it and it was written with marker, and we were both like dying. Try not to laugh so hard, but it was just so hilarious. It's so cute. So I'm telling y'all, whatever way that you can do, there's so many different ways you can structure the deal in real estate. But the point here is just to, let them dabble in, let them learn, and have fun with them. This is great memories along the way. If you like what you hear or see, hit that like and subscribe to help this channel grow. And that's the only way we can grow, is with your support. And thank you so much. The last tip that we will talk about in this video is actually outside of real estate investing, but the concepts still work the same. You can open a small trading account for your kids and ask them to put their earned money into it with your guidance, of course, and then have them study a company of their interest. For example, our kid talks about Elon Musk and Tesla. They even did a YouTube video review on a Tesla. So we asked them to study about Tesla, and of course you have a monitor, research, and really study the company. Then they can make their trade decision based on what they learn about the company and what the market is doing. Now that we covered some of the ways that you can jumpstart your kids on becoming more financially literate or developing a mindset of an investor or entrepreneur, what are some of the ways that you are investing with your kid now? Would you leave me a comment below? And wait, before you go, remember to hit that like and subscribe, and let's grow together strong. See you next time.